ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
A live look at the ABC 10 News pinpoint Doppler as a series of wet, cold storms move into San Diego County. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. We have team coverage of the changing weather. Let's start with our meteorologist, Angelica Campos, with a look at where the rain is right now. Angelica.
Hi guys, the first storm of a series of systems is already making its way in. You can already see a lot is going on with this storm. There's a few thunderstorms, some snow, but what's actually coming down in our county is just a few showers in the northern part of the county. I do want to show you where that is. You can see it right there near Camp Pendleton. I'm going to switch it to our pinpoint Doppler live to give you a better view of what's actually coming down right now. And this is light. We do expect it to start out light. It will get heavier as we go into tomorrow. And you see those bands just west of Oceanside and Encinitas. All that is going to be advancing east, making its way through the county tonight. Expecting about a trace of an inch to a trace to a tenth of an inch tonight. But for tomorrow, we're going to see greater amounts. I'll show you what to expect and also when the second storm will be arriving.
All right. And the incoming storms have people in the East County bracing for possible flooding. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz continues our team coverage with a look at how people there are getting ready.
If you live in the area, you can come to the Heartland Fire Station in Lemon Grove. Firefighters are going to give you an empty sandbag, but you have to make sure you fill it up by yourself. With a winter storm on the way, Rodney Missouri is not taking any chances.
I love the rain, but I just don't want it to be in my house.
To keep that from happening, he brought his two kids to the Heartland Fire Station in Lemon Grove, shoveling dirt into sandbags one by one.
Every time it rains hard, the water comes under the sliding glass door right into my family room. I just have standing water always whenever it rains for over 30 minutes to an hour.
He says 10 to 15 bags usually does the trick at home, but he's also worried about the roads.
This is Southern California, and since it only rains a few times a year, it's always slick out there on the road, so you got to pay attention and drive the speed limit, and I try to stay out of it as much as I can.
Roadways weren't really an issue for most of Friday, with only light rain falling throughout the county. But with more rain, wind, and snow expected this weekend, East County firefighters know they'll be busy.
Traffic collisions, a lot of freeway traffic collisions. Occasionally we'll get swiftwater rescues as well.
Only light sprinkles were spotted in Claremont. In Coronado, businesses stacked sandbags outside their doors. Just a few miles north, visitors had to view the Ocean Beach Pier from behind the gate, chained shut since high surf shattered its planks last week. In the past, we've seen piles of trash left on our mountains after crowds head up to see the snow. The Cleveland National Forest reminding visitors to pack it in and pack it out this weekend. Jennifer De La Cruz, ABC 10 News.
And our upcoming weather threatens to set back the effort to fix the Ocean Beach Pier. It was damaged by high surf earlier this month. A spokesman told ABC 10 News today they are hoping to have a consultant do assessment work next week, weather permitting. They'll also try to use a drone to shoot footage of the harder to access areas under the pier.
Despite the weather, all of San Diego County's COVID vaccination sites are planning to remain open despite that forecasted rain. A doctor at the outdoor Petco Superstation told our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner more than 3,000 appointments are scheduled for tomorrow.
A representative with the county is urging vaccine recipients who are scheduled for tomorrow to please come well prepared for the wet weather.
The tents have been reinforced. We've got concrete blocks around them, and they did fine with the wind earlier this week. So we think that we're going to be okay.
Friday, Dr. Christopher Longhurst said that the outdoor vaccination superstation at Petco Park is planning to stay open despite the heavy rain that's expected to hit the region. We
want all the cars under tents, obviously, so we're not giving vaccines in the rain. We also have to make sure that our computers have trash bags and things covering them. But we've been doing this planning all week, and we think we're going to be ready.
UC San Diego is helping operate the county site where 3,500 appointments are scheduled for Saturday. They're currently only accepting drive-up appointments for Phase 1A recipients and those 75 and older. There are no walk-ups.
It was just smooth as silk. The anticipation was worse than the shot.
Darian Steve Bowman spoke to ABC 10 News just after getting the shot Friday at the new vaccination superstation that Sharp Healthcare opened with the county on Thursday. It's inside the old Sears store at the Chula Vista Center Mall. Registration is outside but covered.
5-minute wait in the line. They check the ID. I thought it was excellent.
Earlier this week, long wait times in the cold and wind at the Escondido site forced some to give up and go home. The county said a computer glitch double-booked appointments. Instead of turning people away, it honored their appointments. For this weekend, the county says it's looking to bring in tent-type structures to some sites to cover any registration or waiting areas that may be vulnerable. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
And here are the latest vaccine numbers in San Diego County. More than 164,000 people have now been vaccinated for COVID-19. And just over 31,000 have been fully vaccinated, meaning they have received both shots.
The county announced a record number of COVID deaths today. 79 more people lost their lives, bringing the total to 2,300. There were also 2,800 new cases, bringing that total to 222,000. A San Diego appeals court has reversed a judge's order which would have allowed county restaurants to reopen. Last month, a judge included restaurants in a lawsuit brought by 2 strip clubs contesting COVID-19 restrictions. The ruling was quickly stayed by the appeals court, which today formally overturned the decision, effectively keeping the restaurants closed. The court said the injunction went too far and it wasn't fair to state and county officials who weren't expecting restaurants to be included in the ruling. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
A woman has been arrested accused of starting Wednesday's fire that threatened homes in Carlsbad. Crews managed to knock down this series of fires that broke out around Park Drive. Investigators determined that it was arson, and today officers arrested 49-year-old Dawn Crawford. The homeless woman is now in the Vista jail. A man accused of groping women at stores all over the North County is now facing additional charges. Our ABC 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena spoke to one of his accusers about the possible punishment that man now faces and why it was so important for the victim to speak up.
This is the surveillance video that investigators say shows the suspect, 25-year-old Ji-Hoon Young, at a Ralph's in San Marcos. It's what helped lead to his arrest. The woman in the video, Rachel Medellin, speaking out about what happened.
The amount of people that have reached out to me saying that similar things have happened to them, or just people sharing their stories with me, it made me feel like I wasn't alone.
Medellin is part of a growing group of women who all reported similar encounters with Young. He was arrested earlier this month and is facing a long list of sexual battery charges from both the San Diego City Attorney and the San Diego County District Attorney. If convicted, he faces years in prison and thousands of dollars in fines. But Medellin wonders what happens when he eventually gets out.
When he's released, is he just going to go right back to accosting women?
Medellin plans to testify at the trial scheduled for early March and hopes her story inspires other women to come forward.
If you have not seen my video and you recognize him, file a report, because they are still adding cases and people are still coming forward. And the more cases we have, the longer he'll be put away.
Lindsay Pena, ABC 10 News.
The city's attorney's office is also asking anyone who recognizes Young and thinks that something similar happened to them to also contact them.
There was more than meets the eye when border agents stopped a car in the North County. After pulling over the Ford Escape on 15 North near Highway 76, agents found nearly 25 pounds of fentanyl and cocaine inside the center console. Well, the drugs had a street value of $332,000. The woman who was driving and the drugs were turned over to the DEA.